Right then, hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, hello, wherever you are, whenever it is. My name is Paul, I'm also called Knick-Knack. I'm the brains behind Knick-Knack's daily teaser, and a lot of TV reviews, and occasionally a movie review. I actually saw one last night on Tuesday the 4th of October, today is Wednesday the 5th of October, and it's one of those days where I've seen a film and I wanted to tell you about it. I'm also getting a craving for cocoa, which isn't necessarily good if you've got type 2 diabetes. Never mind, eh? At any rate, last night saw me sitting down with a film. It saw me sitting down with Venom, Let There Be Carnage. And I wanted to tell you what I thought about the film. Venom, Let There Be Carnage opens showing us the St. Esther's Reform School in California in 1996 and shows us a young inmate, Cletus Cassidy, played here by Jack Bandera, talking through the walls with his girlfriend Frances Barrison, played as a youngster by Olamide Olorunfemi, through the pipes of their cells. She is going to be moved to a new institution as the reform school is finding her supersonic screaming superpower difficult to deal with. Many years later, and whilst Barrison, now known as Shriek, played by Naomi Harris, is still in the asylum she was transferred to, Cletus, now played by Woody Harrelson, is now in San Quentin prison on several counts of murder. Cletus is wanting to talk to Eddie Brock, Tom Hardy, before his death sentence is carried out. And unfortunately for Brock, that talk goes badly. It seems Cletus grabbing and biting Eddie. An injury that gets Brock ushered out of the prison grounds and not allowed to see Cletus's death by execution. Something Brock and his symbiote, Venom, come to regret. They could have stopped Cletus escaping from lethal injection in some sort of costume. Now, what did I think of Venom, Let There Be Carnage? Good, bad, indifferent, or just plain ugly? Bear in mind that in the written version of this blog post, there'll be a link either up here or in the info box. In the written version of my movie reviews, I tend to give a star rating to films I watch to let you know what I thought of them. 0 stars at the bottom means avoid this film like the plague. 4 stars at the top, go see this film right now, even if you have to get it illegally, it's that good. Spider-Man No Way Home, for example, got 4 stars. The original Venom, which I saw about the same time.
It's 21:45.
Spider-Man No Way Home got 4 stars. The original Venom got 3 stars, and The Batman, which is the most recent superhero film I've seen, got just 2. It's not bad, but it could have had someone other than Robert Pattinson playing the Batman. Keep that in mind though. Venom, Let There Be Carnage is a definite winner. It's a film I thoroughly enjoyed, but it's not necessarily one I enjoyed as much as the original Venom. For a start, Naomi Harris is criminally underused. Really, she is. She does well. She looks good as Shriek, complete with one blue eye and one brown eye. But she's underused. She's not used as much as she could be. She's just literally the screaming damsel in distress. Harrelson as Cletus is good. Really is good. He brings a menacing Southern American or Southern States feeling to the character. But as good as that character is, he is, in the opening part of the film, yet another take on the sort of Hannibal Lecter caged savant trope that we've seen a few times. Certainly I last saw in Stranger Things full series. The Robert Englund character was very much that kind of character, that imprisoned monster kind of character. So I recognised it. I felt it was well done. But I felt something more original could have been appreciated. Stephen Graham as Detective Mulligan. every so often, and I'm very aware, he played Tommy in Snatch, if you've seen that. Every so often, he does a good American accent. He does a good all-round American accent, but just every so often, every few words, I'd hear his Merseyside accent cropping up every so often. Great acting job? Maybe could have done with a bit of work there. Saying that, and again I want to stress this, he did a great job. But again, he, in spite of the wandering accent, was much like Naomi Harris, was very underused. Direction and writing. To the best of my knowledge, Venom, Let There Be Carnage is the first film directed by the incredibly wonderful Andy Serkis. Or, let me correct that, the first film I know has been directed by Andy Serkis. And I'm assuming he got hired in part because he's got a good 20 years worth of experience with big budget, CGI heavy, motion capture heavy movies. If anyone's going to direct a first film with a lot of that doing around, it's going to be Andy Serkis. From what I can see, and I am no film theoretician, I'm just somebody who talks about movies, he's done a competent job, and that expertise has stood him in good stead. The CGI sequence, the motion capture sequences, they look spot on, and I think that's in part because of him. The screenplay from Kelly Marcel, from a story by her, them, and Tom Hardy, again, was well done, but overall, slowing down the pace occasionally a few more times could have been something. The action scenes, however, are very well scripted and obviously well choreographed, but it's something could have been done better there, I think, possibly. I don't know. That, for me, all of that said, puts Venom, Let There Be Carnage on a par, and I've got to admit I was feeling harsh with it, but it does put it on a par with the Robert Pattinson cut of the Batman. You had Batman as an angst-ridden emo rocker versus Venom as a wisecracking, slime-covered internal monologue. That, in part, was the reason why I preferred Venom, Let There Be Carnage, especially when compared with the Batman. I think Venom, Let There Be Carnage is the better superhero film. Better action, better all-round casting and scripting, better overall. But just because it's the better film doesn't mean it's faultless. There's one or two minor things sitting in there that stuck out for me. It's watchable, it is good, but Venom, Let There Be Carnage is not a patch, not an improvement on the original Venom. I'm leaving you here and now. Please feel free to subscribe to this channel if you want more movie reviews and quizzes and TV reviews. Please feel free to float around and have a look at what else you can see. And please remember that I've given Venom, Let There Be Carnage just 2 stars out of a potential maximum of 4. I'll see you next time I do a movie review. I'll see you on Saturday when I do another review of Star Trek Strange New Worlds. And I'll see you next time for another daily teaser. Have fun, take care, be good, be seeing you.